Good morning. Good morning. Today is day 9 of day 21. Doing my lives 21 days in a row, day number 9. Uh, Today, I want to talk out loud about something that has really helped me a few years ago, and I'm ready to get back into it, which is Eat to Beat Disease by Dr. William Lee. And I'm not going to read the whole book, but I'm going to go off of what I remember about uh, this book, Eat to Beat Disease, and how to get back into it. And so I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I am aware of it's over 200 and something foods that he has put in his book as approval to eat. And when I did it before, I went real deep into it, which is like something I won't do now because it seems like everything we eat, most things we eat, there's something wrong with it. And I think it got out of hand for the FDA and OSHA and hi, good morning, and all that stuff. So, because before, like with the 250 foods, you find what you like out of those foods. And then what I did before was did additional research on them and went to PubMed.com to see what was good and what wasn't good. But this time, I'm gonna start with, and the main thing I have to put in my head is what worked for me before. I don't do diets, but eating this way that's recommended in this book was really good for me. And it was during the time when COVID first started. And I remember I didn't get sick uh, with COVID, and there were other people that had took the shot, before I did, and they were going out sick. And I didn't get sick until I got the shot. But this here kept me good for about 2 years, as far as building up that immune system. And so I'm ready to get back into it, because I was looking at my stomach, thinking about my stomach and how big it's gotten lately. And, I fell off just eating anything, which is okay, but I'm not putting the foods in my body that will protect the immune system and fight off diseases and stuff like that, along with eating bad. Two of my habits lately is drinking Pepsi every day, all day long, along with I'm always going to continue my coffee, but And then I had stopped eating pork. And when I got here, because they make the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches so good, or the BLTs, bacon, lettuce, tomatoes on toast. Um, yeah, that's one of the things. And then, I'm a chip lover. But I think the way I'm gonna start thinking about it in this way, where I used to work when my last job was my shift was 4 p.m. to midnight, and I wouldn't eat anything until 4 p.m. when I got to work, and then like maybe 2 hours before I got off at 10 was the last time I ate. And when I first started it, I would sometime I still be hungry right before bed. So I made sure I had some, where you didn't have to make a whole big meal or something like that. I made sure I had little stuff that was included in this 250 things that is approved to eat, which was a certain type of yogurt or the avocado, whatever I like. And it would be something to nibble on. And then I got over that part too. But now it's like I don't have that schedule. So that's the first thing is getting up in the morning. I think I'm gonna do 6 a.m. to I'll be hurting myself if I said 6 to 2. That's 8 hours. Um, but at least 6 a.m. to like 4 p.m. to I only eat during those hours. Like when I wake up, maybe between 6 and 8, have my coffee. It's coffee time. And then and eat during that time. And that's what they call, I guess that's what they call intermittent fasting. And that really, really helps because you have so many hours. Like if I say from 6 to 4, I really need to, once I get started, cut it down to 6 to 2, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Um, from 4 p.m. until 6 a.m. that next morning, you're giving your body time to digest all of that, for it to go wherever it's going to go in your body. And that really, really helps, that intermittent fasting, instead of, doing uh 30-day fasting, 10-day fasting, or whatever. I'm not disciplined for that, and I don't want to discipline for that. It really helped me to do intermittent fasting daily, give it a time to eat. And so, okay, now I got that clear. 6 to 4, thinking about eventually weaning it off to 6 to 2. And everything, breakfast, lunch, and dinner was in my lunchbox. And breakfast, lunch, and dinner was one of those 200 and something foods that he approved, right? And with those 200, this is where it gets a little tricky. With those 200 and something foods that are approved to eat, you start there within the book, is I had to buy another book. My other book, I had everything, how you mark your book up for your notes and stuff like that. The tricky part is putting the 5 defense systems in your body each day. And out of that, 200 and something foods that is approved, um, you figure out, like, say, for example, on on Monday, you would have when you eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it wouldn't be typical like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The eggs for breakfast, the bacon, sausages, biscuit, lunch. Your sandwich, your salad, and your dinner. You know, I can't find it. Okay, so the way you would pick your foods, and he has it grouped off, is for your five things that will boost your immune system. And this is going to help me too before wintertime come. Living in New York, I know, you know, it's going to be a higher rate of getting sick quicker and faster, right? So I am going to get a hold of this quick. So the five defense systems is your, okay, I wonder if angiogenesis is in that, but it's your regeneration, your microbiome, your immunity, your DNA protection, and your stimuli, like the stimulating part. And then he has it grouped off where each one of those things, like your microbiome, your DNA, your immunity, you pick one of those foods that is in that category for each day. And he gives some examples of recipes. He give examples of how those five foods are in each day. Like for Monday, he gave an example of what to eat. For Tuesday, he gave an example of what to eat all the way. He did the 7 days of the week, right? But in each of those days, it had the five things that boost your immune system. And that's what I'm gonna look at today. I'm gonna highlight it and I'll talk about it later and give some examples of because I need to have it written down of how to eat and what I'm going to eat. Now that I have the when to eat, right? And then I'll share some of the research that I did do and the tricks of the trade to add to your body. Uh, think I had to train my brain to eat differently. And some of the things you add to what you eat every day out of that list. And it's not hard. It's not like you can't eat anything. And what I would do, I was eat those things first before I would eat, for example, a slice of pizza, some fried chicken, some cake that was brought to work, or donuts or whatever. As long as those five things were already eaten and put in my body that I know that's going to build up the immune system. Uh, I didn't guilt trip myself and I didn't, uh, deprive myself of what I wanted to eat. And so I'll do that today. I'm going to do that, put it together, and I'll share it. And when I first started making videos, it's on there, some of when I first started talking about it, but I didn't get to go too in detail. I had stopped making videos when I started that. Would clean my glasses and see if there's any comments, read the comments, and then head on out. Eman Ali said hi. Hello to everybody, first of all. Um, Sarah Medar Jarlo, 7196. I apologize if I say anything wrong as far as your name you have here. If they say hi and hello, back at you. Hello. Um, Jack the Ripper 470. Is it unfaithful to goon to NANIME girls while in a relationship? To goon. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Um, these are y'all got cartoon and cartoon and symbols for your profile. But I will say hi and whatever you feel that's right in a relationship. And if it don't feel right, then it's not right. Okay. Long as you're doing your part and then the other person is doing their part and y'all feel good about what y'all doing. All right. So this is it for today. Um, this is what I'll be talking about for, I don't know, but right now that's what I'm talked about. Every day there's something. And prepare, I'm gonna go back and prepare for the rain today. All right. Take care. Peace.